Hi to those who are tuning into Star Alignment. So I wanted to ask the cards some questions about the strengths and the weaknesses of your current connection or relationship. And so yeah, I can support you guys in your unions. So I have 3 different choices. You have the sphere, you have the teardrop, and you have the square. Okay, so I'm going to start with the sphere. Okay, getting right into it. Okay. Very interesting, guys. Okay, so we've got the strengths over this side and the weaknesses over this side. Okay, so for your strengths, you have the 3 of Pentacles, okay, and you have the Wheel. So the Wheel, okay. So for weaknesses, you have the Knave of Swords and you have the Devil. Okay, so let's talk about the strengths of this union first of all. So the 3 of Pentacles. So this union is very much a union that, you know, is one that feels like you feel protected, you feel safe with this person, there's security there, there's this naturalness to the relationship being that there isn't any control issues. I feel there's a lot of security in the sense you're both each secure in yourselves, and that brings security to the union. Okay, and that's a really big positive because there doesn't feel like there's any threats to your relationship, and it's just very strong. Okay, and you both sort of bring new information to each other too. You just feel very safe with each other. Okay. And you also have here the Wheel. So the positives about this relationship, like the strengths, is that, again, going back to that number 3, like you're very secure in what you have with each other, to the point where there can be other people around and there's no intimidation, there's no feelings of threat or jealousy because you are just secure in what you feel for each other and what you have for each other. With the Wheel, it's like the 2 of you, you know, I feel like you know that you 2 are fated, and because you know that both, it brings that strength to the union because you both have that inner knowing, okay, and you share that, like you both mirror that, that strength, okay, and it brings a lot of prosperity to the union. It brings a lot of, like, you can feel safe with each other, you can trust each other, I feel. Okay, this is really cool, and you use trust in the bigger picture together. You know, you see in each other that you are both divinely guided to one another, and you know, you feel that you can be your authentic self with this person. So that's the strengths of this commitment. Okay, to further support that, for the strengths, what did I get? Oh yeah. Yeah, to further confirm that, you have the crown chakra, okay? You got the crown chakra for your strength. So yeah, there's this higher knowing about the 2 of you. You both know from a higher level that that you guys are, you know, fated, that the 2 of you share this soul contract almost, you know. The 2 of you, like, you know, can connect through your third eyes. And it creates this element of shine. The 2 of you just shine together because you bring out each other's brightest sides. Okay, And it's a real positive thing. It's a real strength, because when you guys shine, you bring that shine to the greater humanity, you know. Okay, so for the weaknesses, though, yeah, you've got the Knave of Swords and you've got the Devil. So the Knave of Swords, I feel like this is a card, like, you know, it's suggesting that there's, you know, this enemy around. So sometimes maybe the two of you, whilst you are very secure within yourselves, it's like you can maybe become competitive with each other, or you have this ability to maybe be so self-driven that you can get so focused on maybe your unique selves, and so then maybe you aren't completely being, you know, what's the word? Being completely completely receptive to what might be going on for your partner, because like the both of you can maybe get, you know, wrapped up in your own lives or your own worlds. Okay, so it can be, you know, a weakness, and so you can fall into the trap maybe of overindulging in, you know, ego, or overindulging in self, to the point where you don't, maybe you lose connection with that light, with that authentic side of yourselves, and the connection with that higher spiritual connection that you share, and you lose sight of it, and you can maybe be overindulged in your own ego inflation and everything. So that can be a bit of a negative. And so then, like, yeah, this weakness, it's like you move away from that shine, you move away from the light, you move away from the love that the two of you truly share together. And it can lead to these confrontations of the shadow self, these confrontations of, you know, just ego, and just things that aren't serving your higher self. So that's sort of the weakness. So what I'm going to say is, with your energies, you know, we have someone here in this union who's the goddess of the moon, and I believe this is you watching, god or goddess of the moon. So you're someone who, you know, is highly intuitive, okay, and you bring that to this union, and so that's a strength in itself. And their energy, you know, their door to personal healing and happiness is their energy. They're a healer, okay? So the two of you complement each other completely. You know, they open doors for you to heal, and you give them, you know, this ability to believe in their own intuition, because you just have that so strong that they admire that and they want to reflect that back, okay? So yeah, like, you give them a mirror and they give you a door to open, you know, it's just this beautiful complementing energies here. So in terms of moving forward for this union, I feel like it's just about having adaptability. So, you know, adapt to the changes that are happening, adapt to transformations of yourself, of your ego, and adapting to moving toward more love-based energy, because you have that ability to, you know, go with fate and to trust in higher purposes and higher forces. So it's just about adapting more to that and moving away from, you know, just the silly battles that the two of you may have, or conflicts that the two of you get into over ego, or over who's right, or over, you know, getting stuck on, yeah, like who wins out of a situation, you know, or like acting from a place of selfishness, like moving away from that, you know, and adapting to moving toward love, okay? You know, transmuting that energy of it being a weakness into a strength by moving toward love, moving to that natural light that the two of you share, okay? And going into a place of immersion, you know, immerse yourself in artistic and creative expression. So immerse yourself in each other, immerse yourself in seeing, like, yourself as your muse, but also them as your muse as well. And imagining all of the beautiful things that the two of you can share and create together when you get caught up in ego traps. Maybe just start to imagine all of the good things about them, all of the positive things, you know, instead of getting focused on any weaknesses, any shadow selves, any things that aren't in your highest alignment. And lastly, I'll just leave you with, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture when you feel yourself falling into the trap of, you know, ego-based stuff or who's right and who's wrong. Instead, just, go and do some sort of romantic gesture. You know, use your imagination to create this romantic gesture, and, you know, you'll be surprised at the door that it opens, you know, to your own soul healing, to your own personal growth, okay? So thank you so much to those who chose the sphere, and if this resonated, please comment. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you. Okay, so for those who chose the teardrop, thank you so much. Okay. Rightio, we have strengths and we have weaknesses of this relationship. So we have your energies here, we have the strengths there, and we have the weaknesses, okay, and we have a few other things here. Alrighty, so straight away for the strengths, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, okay. Could be an earth sign, okay, definitely in this union. You know, the strengths are that you guys have the ability to be patient with one another. You know, you have the ability to be people who support each other in your day-to-day lives in the 3D. You know, you have the ability to surrender to one another and surrender to each other's love in a way that's like you don't care what people think, you know, because you're coming from a place of love. And so the strength that you guys have is like you have the ability to be patient with one another, to wait for each other, to basically worship the ground each other walk on, you know, and then you guys support each other to be, you know, your higher selves, okay, because you support each other to spread your wings, both your wings, you know, and walk your true soul path, because you're so connected. You're both, you know, having this strength here of being able to be grounded with your base chakra and to be able to meet your fundamental needs. You're both very, very earthly, very grounded, and that complements. That's really good. It's a positive because you can create together what it is that you guys want. Because I get that maybe someone's energy in this union, there's some financial constraints or there's some sort of constraints here. So I feel like there's a strength here that maybe this person supports you to, you know, grow in that sort of aspect of your life, and they are able to help you to move forward in that regard, and they are patient with you during that as well. And yeah, okay, interesting. So for the weakness though, we have the Ace of Swords and the Four of Cups. Okay, so some of the weaknesses that, because the two of you share this really like beautiful connection that's very loving and very almost like, yeah, it becomes a weakness because you love each other so much that almost one of you or both lose yourselves in each other, because you just, with this Ace of Swords, you just love them so much that you almost will do anything and everything, you know, to be with them, and you kind of lose yourself a little bit. and you kind of just, in that regard, it can be a little bit of a weakness. Okay, but here it's like the Four of Cups too, with the weakness. It's a little bit of indifference then, because a little bit of indifference is caused then. Okay, and some weaknesses is seeking the truth. Okay, so maybe more truth needs to be spoken to one another. And the ability of, I think, because maybe one of you is really hardworking, it's like, you know, there's this weakness that there's no rest with each other. There's no downtime with each other. And that can be a weakness, because one or both of you feel that they don't get that downtime with you. And also the weakness can be there's a little bit of control here from one or both parties involved in this relationship. But I do get that one person or both energies in this union is that it's a very caring connection, a very loving connection, okay? And I get very supportive person for you. I'm getting a bit of the yin-yang happening here, okay? And someone is very patient, very caring, and very considerate here, okay? But moving forward, what is this like union needing with regards to these weaknesses? It's like it's needing a purification here. It's needing the truth. This purification, clear out the clutter. You know, be your pure selves with one another. And a purification being that, you know, you being your pure self and you spreading your own wings, like using that strength of spreading your wings. You kind of like, you know, you rid yourself of this losing yourself, like, because like you lose yourself when you're not being your pure self, you know, when you're just like, it's so much immersed in someone else that you lose that pure self that you are. So it's kind of like, yeah, loving this person but remaining pure, like both of you, you know. So if you can pull on that strength to overcome that weakness, you know, and with this purification, speaking the truth and not being afraid to speak your truth, you know, being pure in that respect. Clear out the clutter of your mind and really be able to speak your truth, you know, so that you can clear any indifferences. Okay, you can cut out, I see scissors in both cards of the weakness. So it's like cut out the stuff that is, you know, a weakness in your union so that, you know, you guys can prosper. And you both can free yourself. Here it says free yourself of guilt and shame. You know, yeah, innocence and purity is what you guys need. You know, just be your innocent selves and free yourselves from any control or entrapment that you feel, and rather support each other on each other's journey, because that is a strength that you guys have. You are, you know, very supportive of one another. So it's just about, you know, removing the 3D barriers and really helping each other fly and regaining your pure selves, regaining your innocence, being able to speak your truth with one another, and really just being able to communicate your emotions and feelings for one another through that caring connection, energy. And, you know, get that downtime with one another if that is a weakness that maybe the two of you both are really hardworking and it's like you need to put a time aside for one another, okay? So that you guys can enjoy that beautiful connection that you have with one another. Because it's a beautiful connection. It's a supportive connection. It's a real love connection, okay? So yeah, I hope that helped those who chose the teardrop, and I thank you so much for watching this video, tuning into Star Alignment. Thank you. Okay. Okay, lastly, those who chose the square. Thank you so much. So we have strengths and weaknesses of your union. Okay. What have we got? Yeah. Okay, weaknesses here, and we have strengths on the other side. Okay, so for your strengths, I'll just lay out your cards. It's energies. What have we got? That's right. Okay, strengths, that was your weaknesses. And what's going to support this union here? Okay. Wow, so for your strengths, okay, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, and we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, straight away, your strengths, devotion, commitment, you know, arousal, and the ability to see each other through, the ability to stay with each other through harder times, because you guys can go the distance, because you guys can stay committed to one another, to stay committed to what it is that the two of you share. It really strengthens the bond that you have, and it continues to grow this love. Love abounds here, and it continues to ascend to a higher level of love, okay, because that's what the strength that the two of you have together. Weaknesses, we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, Ace of Wands, and we have the Death. A couple of different things I'm picking up for this Ace of Wands. Sometimes the weaknesses that gets in the way of the past is this insecurity of what has happened and transpired in the past with exes. You know, that's some sort of weakness that the two of you have. Okay, one of the two of you at least experience, you know, is this sort of insecurity of what the other has done in their past with others, you know. And it's gonna, you know, it's about releasing that, because, you know, this has come up as a weakness of the inability to release the past. Okay, and then comes with that this Death card, so that being a weakness, so not being able to transform, you know, not being able to realize that what the two of you share at present moment is, you know, is the new beginning, is what this person wants, you know. So it's about releasing that control, because the control is the weakness. Trying to control, you know, every aspect of this person, like you can't control their past, or they can't control your past, you know, so they need to let go of that. You need to let go of that and realize that you are who they're choosing to be with, you know, because they see you as someone high up. They see you as someone worthy of dedication and of having the long-term commitment with, of sticking around long-term with, of keeping the flame alive. And yeah, strengthening the bonds, like growing this relationship. Okay, so what was your, oh yeah, because I got for your energy, watching this person watching this strategy. So yeah, it's about strategizing how you can even heal if this is you experiencing any insecurities about, you know, your current lovers, past loves. It's like strategize, journal about why is this bothering you, and just write it out, you know. Write out how you can heal this situation and transmute any control issues you have surrounding this, and realize that you are the person that this person you're with is choosing to be with, is choosing to have this love abounds with. You know, you are the present person this person is choosing to be with. So there is no need to feel like there has to be control issues. So you can, you know, transform. doesn't need to be a weakness that there's no transformation here. It's like this can transform to a greater, you know, level of love. Because you got this person is the magician energy, you know, magician in the mirror. So, you know, they're showing you something, they're bringing this up for you to heal it, you know, so that you can see this reflection, so that you can heal it. And, you know, they've manifested into your life so that you can heal this core wound, so that you can release things that no longer serve you, insecurities or things that don't align with your higher self. Okay, what's going to help this relationship? Courage. Okay, you got the courage, you got Lion. Ask for what you want, ask for healing, ask for transparency from this person maybe, ask them to, you know, confirm to you somehow that, you know, you're the person they want, if that's what you need, you know. And it's going to also take confidence in doing that. Be bold and take charge of your own healing. Be bold and take charge of your own transformation, of assisting them with their transformation, you know, if you are feeling already on that pathway. Okay, that's what it's going to take for this union, because the outcome is a heart-to-heart conversation. You know, honestly discuss your feelings with each other so that you can heal these things, so that you can turn this weakness into a strength. Because the two of you who have gotten over this, you know, and you can come back more into your strengths, which is, you know, this Queen of Wands, which is this ability to just immerse yourself in the arousal that, you know, you bring each other, and the commitment and devotion, and, you know, even through distance, even through times where you might be lying right next to this person and you feel distant from one another because you're each going through your own things. Just know that this person's, you know, doing this or bringing this up for you to heal it. Because ultimately, yeah, they want to heal that side of you. They want to be a magician. They want to manifest, you know, because they see you as a goddess or a god, that they want to help with that journey. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting, because there is, you know, there's good times on the horizon for you. You know, there's celebration on the horizon. Enjoy the bliss of a holiday time together. This is on the horizon here. This is the outcome. Okay, the outcome is going to be that through courage and through the confidence, through courage and confidence, you can transmute any energy, you can heal anything you put your mind to, and you can strengthen this bond because it's already a strength that you have. Okay, so you can furthermore ascend to, you know, a stronger level of love, which is so great. Okay, wow. Thank you for tuning in, those who chose that gem. I really appreciate giving this reading to you, and I hope that it has encouraged you or supported you on your journey to love. So thank you so much. Lots of love. Star alignment.